with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News Nowcast.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kristen Allen, and this is this edition of the Erie News Nowcast. Now, we are 8 days away from Erie County elections where you will decide on our next district judges, sheriff, and county executive. Today, I checked in with both the Republican and Democrat headquarters on what they're doing as November 2nd creeps closer. Now, if you're registered with either party and visited your mailbox lately, you're probably being bombarded with flyers or postcards like these. These mailers, as they're called, are just one of dozens of things our local party offices are doing to get people to the polls on November 2nd. In addition to that, parties say they're still putting up yard signs and making calls to voters, urging them to get to the polls. Historically, local elections like this one have the lowest turnouts, but the primaries back in May brought out nearly 30% of registered voters, which is great for a primary, so they're hoping to see that percentage go up for this race.
Hopefully they'll just turn out, and everybody is predicting that they won't, that they're 20% turnout, 25% turnout. Folks, this is your school boards, your property taxes, you know, on and on and on, the things that will affect you the most in your life in Erie County.
This year, many of those same issues, issues of democracy and election security are on the ballot again. And so we need to make sure that, that people turn out and know who our candidates are, because it can have such a significant impact for years to come.
And tonight on Erie News Now at 11, more from the two parties and their preparations for the election, plus what they say makes this one different than others before. And Erie News Now has all the election coverage you can count on. An important reminder here, you have until midnight tonight to apply for a mail-in ballot ahead of next week's general election. Erie County says that roughly half of mail-in ballots sent to voters have already been returned. Now, according to the Erie County Elections Office, nearly 23,000 mail-in ballots have been sent out to voters already. Now, of the ballots sent out, more than 11,600 have been returned. Now, you have until 8 p.m. on November 2nd to submit your ballot if you're voting by mail. And in Erie County, you have to apply tonight to get a mail-in ballot, whether that's a traditional absentee ballot or a mail-in ballot. Now, you can apply online by contacting the Erie County Elections Office. County leaders say you should complete that ballot as soon as you receive it. Now, if you're voting in person, the polls close at 8 p.m. on Tuesday as well. Stay with Erie News Now as we profile the candidates and count the results. An Erie County councilman wants to offer free community college tuition to nonviolent criminals once they're released from prison. He says it's part of a much-needed change to the county's prison system. Councilman Andre Horton discussing the recent arrest of a suspect in his stepson's killing. But he used the platform to propose a big change in Erie County, using taxpayer money to cover community college tuition for nonviolent offenders. Now, local community leaders say they still need to thoroughly vet the idea, but on the surface, they like it. Community college is cheap compared to the cost of imprisoning someone, and they say a support system helps people avoid future crimes.
Taxpayer dollars are going to those who have committed a crime already at a much steeper cost. And I think that in terms of dollars and cents, for those people who don't want to accept the data behind it, if they would just look at it from purely a dollars and cents thing, they'd see too that it's great policy.
Now, Horton says his idea makes economic sense. It costs about $40,000 a year to incarcerate someone. A two-year community college degree is about a tenth of that. But County Council would have to agree to this idea and then budget money for it before it can ever be enacted. And Erie International Airport will host a week-long event for people wanting to enroll in TSA PreCheck just in time for the holidays. The PreCheck program enables travelers to cut down on wait times by registering with security in advance. Now, the sign-up event will take place November 15th through the 19th for a morning and afternoon session. It costs $85 to sign up, and the airport is asking you to register in advance. And we have this information and a link to the schedule on our website at erienewsnow.com. And as COVID-19 continues to spread across our region, testing isn't going away anytime soon, which is why mobile clinics are important for those looking to see if they have the virus or not. Now, earlier today, there was a mobile testing clinic, which was a partnership between the Erie County Health Department and LECOM. Now, there was a mix of men and women, parents and their children, and even teenagers who wanted to get a rapid test. Organizers say they've had symptomatic people come to get tested, along with people who have been exposed, even some who just got tested out of an abundance of caution. Organizers say they've seen more people looking to get tested within the past few weeks than in previous months.
More recently, it has definitely picked up quite a bit. Recently, we've been putting on anywhere from 2 to 3 hour clinics, and we've been having anywhere from 40 to 80 people from the public attend those 2 to 3 hour clinics.
And organizers say if you are looking to get tested, to always check out the Erie County Health Department's page for mobile clinics. And we have a link to that on our website as well, erienewsnow.com. And schools, like every other industry, are having a hard time finding workers amid the pandemic. The Erie City School District is now paying substitute teachers almost $30 an hour, trying to find enough subs to cover its classes. The school board made the decision to more than double substitute teacher pay, going from about $14 an hour to $29 an hour. Now, the superintendent says each day the district needs anywhere between 50 and 200 substitutes, and offering $13.97 an hour just wouldn't cut it during the labor shortage.
And those teachers in art and music and phys ed are being pulled from that programming to teach core classes, so the students aren't getting those types of courses on a regular basis.
And Superintendent Polito says if you're looking to become a substitute teacher in the district, you can find more information on their website at on their homepage rather. And thanks for joining us for this edition of the Erie News Nowcast. Join us for our next news at 10 p.m. on the CW and 11 p.m. on WICU and WICE. Have a great night.